Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's head outside and take a look at outside our weather window. And boy, what a difference up in the upper elevations are compared to what we had in the Wenatchee area during the afternoon. Snowfall from Natapoc Ridge Sky-Fi Tower camera looking at Lake Wenatchee. You can also see Kaler Glen Golf Course there in the foreground. Not too much golf being played up that way this weekend. Lots of snow is predicted for the mountains for this weekend. Just how much? Boy, look at Stevens Pass and Snoqualmie Pass on the left. 12 to 24 inches of snow by Sunday is possible. Also Sherman Pass up to a foot, and even traveling east, Lookout Pass, 10 to 15 inches of snow. We have rain in our forecast, and we'll talk much more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A murder victim, unidentified for almost 40 years now, has a name and she has roots in Wenatchee. The East Wenatchee financial advisor who admitted defrauding elderly clients out of their life savings is now appealing his 8-year prison sentence. And a lawsuit claims the U.S. Forest Service illegally reduced the scope of a wildfire management project in Okanogan County. But first, our top story tonight, the man accused of pointing a gun at his Chumstick Highway neighbor and barricading himself in his trailer home made his first appearance yesterday in Chelan County Court. 47-year-old Abel D. Wilkes is yet to be charged, and he has no prior felony history, but he remains jailed on suspicion of second-degree assault. Investigators say they suspect Wilkes may have fired a weapon during the 18-hour standoff with the police tactical team, but they admit one member of the SWAT team did discharge a firearm toward Wilkes during the confrontation. Judge Travis Brandt found probable cause to keep Wilkes in jail and ordered him held on $250,000 bond. Prosecutors have until Monday to file any charges. Well, a murder victim, unidentified for almost 40 years now, has a name and she has roots in Wenatchee. The body of Ruth Bell Waymeyer was found in Spokane in 1984, dismembered and with no documentation. She remained unidentified until last month when DNA evidence and careful detective work by Spokane's police and medical examiner helped piece together who she was. Ruth Waymeyer was born in 1960 and married her second husband, Tampus Vaughn, in Wenatchee. DNA from Waymeyer's distant family members helped clear up the mystery, but her killer remains unknown, as does the fate of a child believed to have been born to her a year or two before her death. Anyone with information about Ruth's case is asked to call Spokane Police at 509-456-2233. Well, the East Wenatchee financial advisor who admitted defrauding elderly clients of their life savings is appealing his 8-year prison sentence. 55-year-old Gregory D. Lone pleaded guilty to stealing about $500,000 from investors in a Ponzi scheme that unraveled in 2020. Douglas County Judge Brian Huber sentenced him to 96 months, even though both Lone's attorney and the Douglas County Prosecutor's Office recommended he serve just 3 years. Lone filed the notice of appeal on Thursday, the same day his sentence was finalized. He'll ask the State Appeals Court to reinstitute the 3-year prison term. Well, in other news, a lawsuit claims the U.S. Forest Service illegally reduced the scope of a wildfire management project in Okanogan County. The North Cascades Conservation Council filed suit over the TWISP restoration project, which was designed to improve the health of about 77,000 acres of timberland in the Methow Valley. After the 2021 Cedar Creek fire, the Forest Service shrank the amount of forest land to 24,000 acres, leaving the rest of the acreage open to logging. The council alleges there was no window for comment on the change, which allows 4 timber sales and creates almost 11 miles of new roads throughout the National Forest. The Forest Service denies the lawsuit claims. A federal judge is assigned to hear the case in U.S. District Court in Spokane, though no hearing date has been set. Well, when we come back, spring is the season for land agencies to announce where their controlled burns will soon be touched off, and we'll let you know. Researchers have concluded that the Northwest deadly 2021 heat wave was not only the worst since records were kept, but the worst in more than 1,000 years. And Monday begins the construction on the Highway 2 and 97 Easy Street roundabout. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. They have what it takes to make boating fun and hassle-free for the season. Speaking of hassle-free, now's the time to get your boat ready for summer. Remember that starter that wouldn't start or trailer lights that didn't work? Don't be left on shore. Call Bob File Service Department today and get ready for summer fun.
Welcome back. In another news, spring is the season for land agencies to announce where their controlled burns will soon be touched off. This week, it's the Washington Department of Natural Resources announcing more than 2,000 acres of public land will be put to the torch to help control future fires. About 680 acres will undergo prescribed burning next month in Okanogan County. That's near Tonasket and Loomis. Specific dates have not been set, but DNR says it will announce each burn a few days ahead of time and proceed only if conditions permit. Well, in other news, researchers have concluded that the Northwest deadly 2021 heat wave was not only the worst since records were kept, but the worst in more than 1,000 years. Most weather data only goes back 100 years or so, but a study of tree rings from Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia established a record of summer average temperatures going back to the year 950. For reference, that's the same year the Viking explorer Eric the Red was born. The study found that thanks to human-driven climate change, the last 40 years have been the hottest since the year 950, and that 2021 was the hottest summer in the entire span. About 440 people died amid that heat event, including 6 here in north central Washington. The findings were published last month in the Journal of Climate and Atmospheric Science. Well, a couple of reminders as we head to break. First of all, today is the last day for studded snow tires in Washington state, and Monday begins the construction on the Highway 2 and 97 Easy Street roundabout. Travelers will see flagger-controlled traffic for the first week of travel as contractor Johansson Construction Company sets up a detour for Easy Street. Work on that detour will run from Monday to Saturday. A temporary traffic circle will be installed at the intersection of Euclid Avenue to the eastbound on-ramp to the Oterbashan Bridge, which is scheduled to be in place until next Thursday. Beginning the following week on Monday, April 10th, the contractor will begin setup for the Easy Street closure. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story where Missoula Children's Theater, a touring educational troupe, recently helped students at Cascade Elementary in East Wenatchee, helped them bring togetherness back to their stage. We'll tell you about that. And get ready for wet, cool weather this weekend as a series of storm systems move our way. I'll have all the details in your complete local forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
I want to invite you to watch Network TV. I interview different guests in technology, entrepreneurship, business, education, and nonprofit. It's a bit of a variety show, and you never know who you're going to meet or learn about on Network TV. Tune in weekly to the NCW Life channel.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. The pandemic put a long pause on theatrical productions in local schools. But Missoula Children's Theater, a touring educational troupe, recently helped students at Cascade Elementary in East Wenatchee bring togetherness back to their stage. In tonight's feature story, the Eastmont School District put together this video about the program.
We had an opportunity to bring Missoula Children's Theater to Cascade Elementary, and they came on Monday. We had open auditions on Monday right after school. They were able to select 60 students and 4 assistant directors for the program, and we started our first practice immediately after our open audition on Monday night, and they have had, 4 days of practice plus a rehearsal today right before the grand performance, and the kids did amazing. It's called Missoula Children's Theater, and they're, I guess you would say, I don't want to say traveling theatrical group, but they believe in education and the arts, and they go to schools. They're contracted by schools. They come to the school and they put on a performance, full-fledged performance with costumes within a week of time.
It was so fun to be together. It was fun to be with my friends. Yeah, it was just really fun, and it was so energizing.
I think they're nervous. I think they're excited. I think it's a great opportunity to grow their confidence and expose them to something that they may have never tried before. And so I think it's a pretty successful thing to help them in their growth as well. I just want to say thank you to all the parents too. They were a big part of it. They had to pick their kids up late in the evening, and the kids were great too. So we couldn't have done it without the involvement of everybody in our community. So thank you, everyone.
Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. The weekend is upon us, and boy, 60 degrees yesterday. And then a big change today. A lot of clouds out there. We had some breezy conditions, plenty of wind yesterday too, but a lot cooler temperatures today, that's for sure. And we have a series of storms moving through our area through the weekend. And look at this, mountain snow in the forecast from Friday night, that's tonight, right through Sunday. The passes in our area, Stevens Pass and Snoqualmie Pass, look at that, 12 to 24 inches of snow is possible. Be very careful, or don't even go west if you can help it over the next couple of days. All right, today's high temperature here at home, it was a cool one, 51 degrees unofficially, 57 is our normal high, 78, that's our record high, and that was set back in 1992. Right on the money pretty much for our low temperature this morning at 36. Our record cold set back in 2008 at 28 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 6:42, and the sun sets for us this evening at 7:29. All right, let's get you into the weekend and show you some temperatures as we get you into Saturday. And we're even going to cool off a little bit more tomorrow, not a whole lot. We're going to stay pretty consistent, but we're going down into the low to mid 50s in the Columbia Basin, 54 for Moses Lake, 53 for both Quincy and Ephrata, and then quite a bit cooler back to the west and north, Wenatchee, Entiat, Chelan, all at 50, Omak included, and only in the 40s from Cashmere to Leavenworth and up into Lake Wenatchee. Taking a look at what we're seeing tonight, big westerly flow moving into Washington State. The anchor low is just out of our picture, but it's gigantic, and here's the cold front associated with that. This is what we expect tonight. Rain is likely. It did kick off in many locations this afternoon, and then Mother Nature playing an April Fool's joke on us for Saturday. Cloudy and windy. We'll see a 30% chance of rain for tomorrow. High temperatures barely getting to 50 degrees to kick off our weekend. For Sunday, I'd like to tell you it's going to be better, but it's not going to be much better. A lot of moisture riding down the right side of this area of high pressure. Lots of clouds and lots of showers on Sunday. 50% chance of rain. Only upper 40s for high temperatures on Sunday. And then a large area of high pressure begins to build out in the Pacific. We'll still have a slight chance for showers. Most of that will be in the Cascades on Monday. High temperatures staying in those low 50s. And then things get much better as we get into Tuesday. We're still going to be a little bit cool, but things will dry out. Will be partly cloudy for Tuesday. Yeah, you can see that things getting much better around the Pacific Northwest. Low 50s on Tuesday. And then the warm-up begins as we get into midweek Wednesday. Ridge of high pressure up and over the Pacific Northwest, and that means warmer temperatures. We're going to warm up to the mid-50s for Wednesday and do even better than that by the end of our forecast on Thursday. Lots of sunshine, sunny skies all over the Pacific Northwest. We'll call it seasonal highs because our normals will be up in the upper 50s, but look at all the sunshine we expect. Once again, highs between 58 and 60 degrees on Thursday. Taking a look now at your 7-day forecast. Overnight tonight, we'll drop down to 35 degrees, and then the real cool air moves in. 30% chance of rain and windy as we kick off Saturday. Only 48 for Sunday with the 50% chance of rain. The chances of showers will diminish as we get into Monday and especially the first part of next week. And by then, boy, not bad. Tuesday, 52. And Wednesday and Thursday, beautiful. Sunshine both days, 56 Wednesday and 58 the high temperature on Thursday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, We live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Finally Friday. The first edition of the Mariners in 2023 looked a lot like the last edition in 2022. Great pitching, timely hitting, resulting in late inning win. Such was the case last night at T-Mobile Park as Luis Castillo and 4 relievers combined on a 3-hit shutout, while Ty France delivered the big blow in the bottom of the 8th.
Here's Ty France, opportunity right here. 2 speedy runners, 1 out. Ty to right field, chasing Brennan back. Looking up! It's gone! Ty France gives the Mariners a 3-0 lead. Yes, indeed! Ty France doing Ty France things, going the opposite way. Big time!
Well, that's the big hit they needed. For Ty, that's his 3rd hit in the ball game.
I'll be honest, I knew it was in a good spot, but I didn't know if I got enough. You know, my at-bat before, I hit that ball a lot better and it didn't get out. So wasn't 100% sure, but really glad it did.
Now, when Ty did that, the game wasn't over yet. Cleveland brought the tying run to the plate in the top of the 9th against Andres Munoz.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Munoz steals. Hit hard. Ty France backhand. Munoz to the bag. Ball game. Mariners win the opener. 3-0. Got a little dicey at the back end, but Munoz locks it up.
Castillo was brilliant today. The bullpen was fantastic. Mariners had a lot of traffic out there. They had a tough time getting hit, but Ty France with 3 hits in the ball game, none of them bigger than that 3-run home run. Fantastic crowd tonight. Nice win. Nice way to start the season.
Yeah, France went 3 for 3 at the plate. J.P. Crawford got aboard twice. Paul Sewald worked a scoreless 8th for the win. Seattle and Cleveland at it again tonight. 7:10, Robbie Ray going up against Hunter Gaddis. It's on Root Sports Northwest. Well, it was a good night for sports fans in Seattle, just to the north of T-Mobile Park, where the Mariners were posting that 3-0 win over Cleveland. The Seattle Kraken were downing the Ducks of Anaheim at Climate Pledge Arena. Seattle got 2 first-period goals to take what looked like a commanding lead, but Anaheim chipped away and made it close before the Kraken closed the door in the 3rd.
That this group is still trying to establish despite a tough year. Here's Schwartz with the blast. He scores!
Jaden Schwartz with his 19th of the season. The Kraken open the offense. It's 1-0. Once again, right back in on McCann. He shoots, save Dostal. McCann following up his own rebound, centers it out in front for Beniers. Beniers with the flicker and the magic is the goal. Silverberg will send this one up to the red line. It is collected by McGinn. McGinn wheeling around behind Minetta Jones. Grant in there for support. McGinn takes a shot, and he scores! Schultz down Beniers with the shot, just wide of the net. Puck ricochets right back to Daniel Sprong. He has some space. Sprong takes the shot, and he scores! Dostal is to the box how about to the bench? There it is.
Coach Dave Haxtell says after a slow start, Seattle played the kind of game he'd like to see down the stretch as the Kraken eye the playoffs.
We had a little slow start the first 4 or 5 minutes, but then really established our game, and got into our game the way we wanted to the rest of the first period, built a 2-0 lead. Second period, not a lot happening. We didn't get a lot going offensively. We still spent some time in the offensive zone, but we didn't get to the inside very much. Felt like we were on the perimeter a lot of that time, and even though we didn't give up anything, right, until the end of the period. But all of a sudden it's a 2-1 game, so just had to come in and reset and settle down and go back and play a good third period.
Seattle snapped a 4-game home losing streak with a win and will host the LA Kings tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Wenatchee Wild begin the first round of the BCHL playoffs on the road in Cranbrook tonight. Wenatchee had good success against the Bucks during the regular season, winning 5 out of 7 contests. Two teams dropped the puck at Western Financial Place at 7 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow night, you can hear the action with Austin Andrade locally on radio at KPQ. You can also get a subscription to Hockey TV. Wenatchee returns home for games 3 and 4 of the best of 7 series next Tuesday and Wednesday at the Town Toyota Center. Well, Thursday provided a lot of action in prep sports across north central Washington, starting with the Les Schwab scoreboard in baseball. Yesterday, Omak topped Tabasket 12-2. Elmira Cooley Heartline shut out Omak 9-0. Okanagan 10-run Manson 12-2. Brewster beat Oroville 13-3. Lake Roosevelt rolled over Bridgeport 14-4. Wenatchee Panthers looking for their first win of the baseball season today at Recreation Park against the West Valley Rams. Doubleheader. We'll have it here on the NCW Life channel, of course, starting on Facebook and then delayed on TV coming up a little bit later on tonight. Other baseball action today, Liberty Bell hosting Lake Roosevelt. Moses Lake is at home at Larson Playfield against Eisenhower. Now, coming up on a busy schedule tomorrow, starts at 11 o'clock with Ephrata hosting Sela. Cashmere's at Chelan. Omak hosts Cascade. Brewster visits Okanagan. Manson's on the road to Bridgeport, and Waterville Mansfield will host Oroville. Tabasket takes on Cle-Elum Roslyn on the road for the first of 2 games at noon. Prep fast pitch softball diamonds yesterday. Eastmont edged Royal 7-4. Omak topped Tabasket 12-5. Brewster beat Oroville 11-1. Lake Roosevelt blanked Bridgeport 15-0. Liberty Bell hosting a doubleheader earlier today against Lake Roosevelt. Also Wapato at Quincy for 2 games. Doubleheaders also include Moses Lake at Eisenhower. Wenatchee on the road at West Valley. Saturday schedule for softball doubleheaders have Ephrata at East Valley. Omak hosts Cascade. Cashmere's in Chelan. Bridgeport plays host to Manson. All those games start at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Okanagan visits Cle-Elum Roslyn at noon, while Moses Lake hosts Eastmont. Well, Thursday soccer scoreboard had Quincy topping Cascade 3-1. Chelan edged Cashmere 2-1. Bridgeport beat Pateros 3-1. Okanagan over Oroville. Actually, they played to a 2-2 tie. Soccer scheduled tonight. Ephrata hosting Grandview. 7 o'clock games. Davis at Wenatchee. Moses Lake hosts West Valley. Saturday's action finds Chelan hosting a non-league match against Lakeside 9 Mile Falls at 11 o'clock. Brewster plays at Manson, then it's Omak at Colville at noon tomorrow. We do have some prep tennis scores to pass along from yesterday. West Valley girls and boys swept Moses Lake 7-zip and 6-1. Chelan also able to sweep Cashmere, with the girls winning 3-2, the boys claiming a 5-0 victory. Well, the Wenatchee Bighorns have a busy weekend of basketball starting tonight in TBL play. Wenatchee is in Compton, California to face the South Bay Flash tonight at 7 o'clock. Then it's on to Bakersfield to meet the Majestics tomorrow at 7. Finally, Bighorns wrap up the 3 games in 3 days Sunday against the West Coast Breeze at 5 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And let's take another quick check of your weather as we head into the weekend. Remember, snow is likely, and lots of it in the Cascades and the Rockies. And in between that, we're going to see plenty of rain. Rain is likely for us beginning tonight, although it did begin in many locations this afternoon. It's going to continue through the weekend. 30% chance of rain with wind on Saturday. We'll see a 50% chance of the wet stuff Sunday. And then our chances of rain will diminish and our weather will get much nicer as we get into the middle of next week, both Wednesday and Thursday. Mostly sunny to sunny skies with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Now let's check in with Dan Coons for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We have a great series of guests lined up for next week's editions of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Our good buddy Gene Sherritt going to give us an update from the Kindness Counts organization. Austin Andrade will be live here Wednesday morning to wrap up Wenatchee Wild hockey over the weekend and preview the series with Cranbrook. We're going to have a few surprises as well. So have a great weekend and circle Monday the 3rd on your calendar at 7 a.m. specifically, because that's when we're back live and local with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the #1 rated local live television show in the Wenatchee Valley, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. #1. Grant, back to you.
That it is. Thank you very much, Dan. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great weekend.